Football with Paul Simmons. The Bisons went on the road on Saturday and got a big road victory, a Saturday afternoon win at Arkansas Monticello, 47-21. Coach got off to a great start, 24 points there in the first quarter of play, and it's pretty much what we've seen from your football team all season, winning that first quarter and getting off to a great start.
Well, we talked all week about going down there playing a 1 o'clock game and a tough environment, how crucial it was that we came out with a tremendous amount of energy and passion. Obviously, the hit and the fumble on the opening kickoff really set the tone for the first half. That was a big deal. But yeah, we were really worried about that trip, and getting off to a fast start was really good medicine for sure.
Yeah, you talked about that early turnover. Dalen Markham downfield to make that big hit, and then it's one thing to get turnovers, but to cash in. You cashed in on it right off the bat and got your team off to the very good start.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I did not want to see the Boll Weevils get momentum and get that energy going, because those guys can get to bouncing around, and they're really talented on offense, and so to get the turnover and then punch it in, boy, that was a big deal. The place got pretty quiet, which is what we needed.
It was a UAM defense that was only allowing just over 100 yards per game rushing. Your team rushed for 357 yards, and I know a lot of credit passed around on that offensive line and the slot backs, fullback, everybody involved in that, and the receivers.
Yeah, really proud of that. Coach Drago, the DC there at UAM, does a really good job, and but our kids executed at a high level, especially in the first half, and once again, this looked like what we're trying to do as far as spreading the ball around and taking what defenses give us. The slots were very involved, the B-back was involved, there were some really good quarterback runs, and so, yeah, really pleased, especially with the first half. Second half got kind of muddy a little bit, kind of messy, but, when you go into half that big of a lead, it's tough to stay focused. But yeah, it was a good win, a lot of fun, really proud of the kids.
You touched on the 1 p.m. start time, and I know that traveling down for a 1 o'clock start time, how important was the experience that your football team does have in the upperclassmen?
Yeah, it's really important, and the thing about playing the playoffs the last 2 years is, our earliest games are usually at 2 o'clock. But when you play in the playoffs, you play at noon, and so you really have to have a different schedule for your, for getting up, breakfast, all that. And, Monticello is 2 hours, 15 minutes away. Kick off that early. There's conversation about, do we get a hotel room? Do we drive the day of? And, I said, guys, we need to save some money and trust the maturity of our kids. But I talked to the guys too. I said, guys, we're on that bus. I need to look back. I don't want to see guys napping. I want to see guys, when I look at your face, I can tell you're visualizing, making plays and getting ready to rock and roll, and you're focused and you're up and you're ready. And they did that. I was really proud of them.
All right, the Bisons get their 4th win of the season on Saturday, and we'll come back and start by looking at first half highlights right after this.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini.
The first play that we see is that kickoff and that
Again?
humble.
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes with sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away. Not to mention zucchini flour. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that,
Again?
I'm here to bring you your 3rd course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta. A different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Back on Harding Football with Paul Simmons. The Bisons 47 points in the football game on Saturday. And special teams, I mentioned to you after the game, Coach, that they were very special in the game on Saturday afternoon as we look at first quarter highlights, and we see it right off the bat. And Cameron Scott with good, high, deep kickoffs all afternoon long.
Yeah, Cameron got great hang time, and then, all year long we've had seniors make plays, and right here for Dalen Markham, put his hat right on that football. Such a game-changing play, really. I mean, it just, boy, the momentum swing, big time.
And here's Matt Fuller with a big rush to begin the game.
Awful proud of Matt. You know, Matt had 3 rushes, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns, and another senior coming through for us. Really proud of Matt.
28 yards on that carry. And then Cole Chancey gets the Bisons on the board. 6-0 at this point, and then the extra point, Cameron Scott, and got to feel good just over a minute into the game, up 7-0.
Yeah, like you said, you know, when you get chances in the red zone, you've got to get 7s instead of 3s.
This is a great surprise onside kick.
It was a fantastic kick. Cameron did a great job. Brandon Bryce picking that ball off. You know, this was disappointing. You know, getting the ball with such great field position and not getting points out of it was very frustrating right here.
A very talented quarterback, Cole Sears, that you had to face, and Sam Blankenship getting a hand on the football.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Cole Sears. He's been a senior and a leader and a warrior for those guys, and really a great winner. And I thought the defense played really well. Really got after him. I especially the secondary, you know, really took a lot of things away from their guys, and I was really proud of that. There's old Taylor, great downfield blocking. That's Michael Cindric doing some great blocking, and Tristan Tucker blocking for his buddy and getting the ball in the end zone. Yeah, that early fast start was a big deal.
Preston Payton puts the Bisons up 14-0. That's a 5-play, 52-yard drive right there.
You know, you keep on seeing our slots gain confidence. That's a big deal, really.
Cole Sears going to feel some pressure right here.
Yeah, great to see old Chris Wine. Chris Wine come off the edge. You know, he's getting better and better. Excited to see him get a sack. I know he was excited about that. Well, this was a great catch here by Taylor Bissell. He was kind of getting mugged right there and went up and took the ball away. And that young man is doing a great job.
23 yards to put the Bisons down, knocking on the door again. Now a 39-yard field goal right here from Cameron Scott.
You know, we ended up missing 2, but boy, he hit that one well. He knocked that one through now, hit it really solid.
17-0 Bisons. We're still in the first quarter.
There's old Dre Smith with a good tackle. He played really well. I just thought that our DBs just really never gave their receivers much room.
And a block punt right here.
Yeah, that, you know, it actually went off of the back of their up back, but, you know, Shedrick is the one that made that happen right there.
Yeah, Shedrick Robinson.
Good to see old Jesse Honus come in, play well for us, get behind his pads. That's a really tough young man that makes good things happen. He cares, and tough guy. Really proud of Jesse.
Yeah, he wound up with 75 yards and a score on the afternoon.
Yeah, good for him. He deserves it.
So the Bisons with their 24th point of the first quarter. Remember, we're still in the first quarter now, moving to the second quarter with the Bisons up 24-0. So UAM had to punt the football back. Here's the Bisons with the football again, and a great read here by Preston Payton.
Yeah, he broke a tackle there, and you know, it's kind of weird. He looks faster every week. I'm really pleased with the way he's progressing. As he gets better and better, the offense gets better and better. That's exciting. Making his pitches, drawing defenders to him.
What about the effort here from Tristan Tucker?
Great effort by Tristan. Great run. Of course, you see Bobby got his corner back there in the back of the end zone. Everybody doing their part. Good stuff.
Yeah,
really good stuff.
Bobby Green celebrated a birthday earlier in the week, and Sam Blankenship just celebrated a birthday over the weekend as well.
Yep. It was a good weekend. Hunter Ryan got engaged, and you know, tore ACL on Tuesday and got engaged on Saturday. That's getting it done, if you ask me.
Bisons at this point up 31-0, and have had the football almost. It felt like the entire first half and a lot of the first half. Here's a free play
by Michael Cindric. Watch this. How'd he do that?
Yeah. His pass interference was the marker there, but he still caught the football.
Yeah, fantastic catch. That was our offensive player of the week right there. There's old Matt again, punching it in, finding that pylon. Boy, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, Jeff Montgomery's got a great photo of that. If you go to hardingsports.com, of him diving right at the pylon, and that was a lot of effort, wasn't it?
It was. And, you know, at this spot, old Matt really didn't have a role. We couldn't figure out, you know, how to get him involved, and to see that guy as a senior doing well for us is a big, big deal. That was a bust right there. That was our fault. That was the coach's fault. That never should have happened.
Bison's up 38-0 now as we are getting late into the second quarter. You talked about Sears and his talent, and he got in a little bit of a rhythm on this drive right here.
He did. He got a little bit of a rhythm, and we had a few plays we should have made and just didn't make them right there. You know, you rarely see Viante get beat. It's just so rare, but that was a good throw and catch.
33 yards to Jeremy Hampton. Bison's still up 38-7 now.
There's old Malik turning the Jets on.
And UAM using their timeouts. They wanted the football back here late.
They did. It ended up costing them, but Coach Jackson being aggressive, you certainly can't blame him.
How about John Kane, coach, downfield to the long snapper and there to down
I love it. Long snapper, long hair, euphonium playing. Good dude right there now. When your deep snapper can run and cover kicks, that is a big, big positive. I'm proud of the D for not letting them out right here, forcing the punt and end up getting some points right here. You know, once again, just, you know, all of this is, you know, plays that just affect the momentum big time.
Corey Beatty there with the safety, and at the half, the final points there of the first half, 40-7, your football team in front. And again, time of possession was in the Bison's favor there at the half, and you couldn't find many things at the half, Coach, that your team did not do well there in the first half.
Yeah, it was a good half. It really was. It was a good half, and you know, the score doesn't really show up, but I'm telling you, UAM is a good football team. Those coaches do a really good job, and we had to earn all that, and so, yeah, really, really proud of the kids. And the message at halftime was just, you know, be who we are. Be who we are. Keep focusing, keep playing hard, do things the right way, don't become arrogant, win with your face mask instead of the way how you talk. And, you know, second half was not as clean, but I'm proud of the kids.
Bison's up 40-7 at this part in our highlights. We'll come back and look at the third and fourth quarter highlights of the Bison's victory on Saturday afternoon right after this.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track.
Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man.
Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Back on this week's visit with Paul Simmons after the Bison's victory on Saturday afternoon, up 40-7 at the break at Arkansas Monticello, and Harding would get the football to begin the second half of play, up 40-7. And you talked about it's not always easy to come out when you're up 40-7, Coach, and keep the intensity up.
It's not. It really is not easy, and I understand. I've been there before, not enough times, but I've been there. But I do understand. I don't.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is. I don't think we had an effort issue.
Right.
You know, we had a few busts, but it was not because of guys, you know, letting off or not playing as hard.
Turnover, and then UAM gets the football, and Cole Sears with a pass there to DeAndre Washington for UAM's second touchdown.
I think DeAndre Washington is one of the best receivers in this league. You know, he was really a talented guy that we were really concerned about going into the ball game.
Seeing Romar Reeds here on back-to-back plays.
Yep.
Nice spin move there.
Romar got a little bit of a rhythm. He's getting better, for sure. We're going to need that guy big time as we move forward. Proud of old Romar. He kind of got hot. They kept feeding him right there. I love that. And
he is very elusive and Has some great speed we see at times from him, and I know the block field goal right here.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit low. You know, it's kind of hard to tell on film, but I tell you what's pretty neat, watching those fullbacks run. You know, of course they're running behind the old Pleasures and Bryce Bray, and I don't know how many. Bryce has started 43, 44 straight games. Great pick by Beyonce, but you know, old Bryce's dad played for the Boll Weevils, and he's got a cousin playing there, so that was kind of a family gathering day. It's always fun to win, especially on those kind of days. Dangerous pitch there, but they make it look good.
Bissell with a very good block there on the edge.
Well, he almost sprung it. Oh, you know, Tristan has got a lot of balance and strength, and he just kind of shrugs off tacklers, and well, he's fun to watch. He's getting better and better.
A second field goal try here in the third quarter, just wide left.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd knock that one through and keep his confidence going in the right direction, but we're okay. We'll have a lot more chances.
So 40-14, Bisons with the advantage as we move into the fourth quarter. UAM deep in their own territory to begin play right here.
Yeah, it was really good to get a bunch of guys chances. Again, really proud of the kids. You know, they hit a few passes on us that were well thrown and they made good plays on, but I still was really pleased with the effort and how the guys are still playing hard together.
And the turnover right here by the Bison, Sam Blankenship is right there to jump on top
big
of it.
fourth down, and we showed pressure, and I don't know if that caused it or not, but we were happy to get it.
See more Jesse Harness here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Cameron here, you know, I don't know if you guys know or not, but, you know, Cameron put 5 kicks inside the 20, which actually ties an all-time school record. Great to see old Devin get his first sack. You know, Devin is a dangerous pass rush edge guy. He's kind of been frustrated. Sacks are hard to come by, and to see him get one is exciting.
And we've talked throughout the season that Devin Comer, his stats don't reflect the player that he is because he is in the backfield a lot.
He's in the backfield a lot. He really is. And just like right there, you know, Devin did all the work, and then here comes Sam getting the sack when he gets forced up. But you know, those guys, they play for each other. They're not concerned about stats that much.
Another great effort here by Fuller to get his second touchdown.
Yeah, I'm proud of him that.
Bison's up 47-0, or 47-14. Beg your pardon. After this extra point right here, and in the fourth quarter.
You know, it felt like the second half lasted forever. You know, when you come in 40-7, you really just want to get on that bus healthy and get ready for the next week's ball game. That clock just could not get going fast enough.
And it had been a nice week, cool during the day and in the evening, but it was muggy on Saturday.
It got a little humid. Got a little humid. A really tough throw catch right there. So Jay Wood had good coverage. It's just really well thrown. This ball here was really well thrown. I thought Corey had him locked up, but that ball was put on the money.
That was Jeremy Hampton, 27 yards, and 47-21. And your favorite formation, Coach?
Favorite one. Oh.
Got to see Dakota Inslee again play this week, and he was in there to take the kneel down and had played a couple of series before that. And you mentioned the 5-punch inside the 20 from Cameron Scott. You have to go back to 2002, the only other time that has happened, tied a school record with Coy Nance.
Yeah, he's kicked the ball really, really well. That stands out to me. And the other thing that, boy, is such a huge deal in today's game is when your opponent converts 1 third down out of 12. Man, that's a big deal. Getting off the field on 3rd down is a huge deal. So really proud of that.
Bisons held UAM to under 100 yards, 56 yards rushing in the football game on Saturday afternoon as well. We'll come back right after this, and Bailey Hedden is going to catch up with Frank Herbert right after the break.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Back on this week's show with Coach Simmons, and now it's time to hear from one of Coach Simmons' players and a senior from Pensacola, Florida, Frank Herbert with Bailey Hedden.
Thanks, Billy. I'm here with senior Frank Herbert, cornerback of the Bison football team, and we're here to learn just a little bit more about him. So, Frank, where are you from?
From Pensacola, Florida.
What's your favorite vacation spot?
This past summer, we went to Orlando, Volcano Bay, and so that was pretty enjoyable.
Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
What's your dream job?
Dream job, God willing to be, make it to the league, but if not, then I'll continue personal training and pursue that route.
So if you made it to the league, what team would you want to play for?
I have to say the Jaguars, just because their whole defense, the way they play, the way the whole atmosphere is just what I like.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's the best class you've taken while at Harding?
I have to say freshman year we took Miss Keys for speech.
Okay. What's some advice you'd give yourself as a freshman?
Just to do everything right and make sure you just keep everything going, stay positive about everything, and get everything handled early so you won't have to worry about it later on.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Yeah, I can do backflips, so that's a good one.
So now that we're a few games into the season, how do you see the rest of the season going?
Everybody's still growing day by day, practice by practice. We all getting better, and so far it's been pretty decent for us, but there's always room to grow, and if it continues the way it is, then it's looking real good down the road.
So what does it mean to be a Bison to you?
Bison's all about brotherhood, honoring God first and foremost, but brotherhood, just doing your job, getting your job done, and everything else will fall into place, so brotherhood and honoring God is for sure.
I'm Bailey Hedden for the Harding Sports Network, here with Frank Herbert. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Bailey, for that piece. And Coach Simmons, I know that's a senior that you have a lot of high praise for on and off the field, Frank Herbert.
No, I love Frank. I love Frank. Frank has had some adversity and some bumps, and just, you know, he's playing really good football. But Frank's a good man. He cares. He's a really good leader for us, and Frank's going to be a good daddy one day. He's going to be a good husband one day, and you know, he's a Christian servant, and I'm proud of Frank Herbert.
It was great to hear from the Bison senior from Pensacola, Florida. We'll come back and wrap it up. Ouachita in town. We'll tell you about the brand new polls that just came out, and look forward to the Ouachita Baptist game right after this.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Ouachita Baptist is the opponent on Saturday night at First Security Stadium at 6 p.m. And, boy, this is a big football game. No matter the record, Coach, I know there's a traveling trophy involved, so this is a big game. But it's two nationally ranked teams. Ouachita, number 6 in this week's poll. The Bisons moved up to number 19. And 5-0 Ouachita against 4-1 Harding. It doesn't get much bigger than this on Saturday night.
Well, it is. It's a big game. But, you know, in our league, it's crazy. We got 11 straight games that are big. But you know, obviously for the last several years, this game has had a lot to do with who the conference champion is, and I assume this year it will as well. And so we're looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to rain. I think the band's going to be there, and hopefully we have a dynamite crowd and go out and have a great time Saturday night.
Yeah, the students have been great. And you talked about they have not been able to be there with the band. If you can have a nice night, pack that thing on Saturday night, it should be a great environment.
Yeah, we probably won't know how to act if it's not raining. But yeah, well, you guys come out and get behind these guys, and let's create a big-time home field advantage. We would love to have that. These guys deserve it.
All right, Coach Simmons, always enjoy looking back at the highlights with you. Have a great week. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you, Billy.
All right, that wraps it up for this week's edition of Harding Football with Paul Simmons. We'll see you at First Security Stadium Saturday night.